Shout out to Kop-Ish.
Shout out to Kopish, guys.
Keep all the good work
the
up.
two legends, Emil Heskey, Howard Gill. Can't get much better than that, guys. Yeah. You know what to do now. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm with legends, guys.
Kop-Ish.
How's it going, lovely people? Hope you're well. Now, guys, let's be honest in the comments. You guys usually tease me about the intro when I say I'm with legends, guys. But let's be honest, tonight we are literally with legends. We are joined by the wonderful Pippa, who's about to shell it down at BT Sport. And you know the other guy, he's the Don, Mr. Robbie from AFTV. Guys, welcome to the show. How you guys doing?
Hi,
good.
Thank you very much for joining us. Say again, sorry?
I said I'm doing good. Good to see you guys.
You too.
Yeah, man. Good to see you. Man. Same.
Before we get into
before the madness, isn't it?
Yes, indeed.
For real.
Obviously, before we get into it, as many people in the comments have said as well, RIP to Claude. Just wanted to see how you're both doing. And again, thanks for obviously making the time, considering the situation, to actually come on and join us as well. Yes, I mean, did either of you want to have a chat about or say a few words? A couple of people just wanted to get your take on things.
Yeah, I mean, listen, thank you very much. You know, it's just nice to come on and to talk football. You know, it's been a really, you know, hard week. You know, as you know, we lost Claude on Monday night. I know a lot of people didn't find out until Tuesday, but actually it was Monday night when he passed away. And it's been really sad for everybody here on the AFTV team. You know, Claude was one of the first sort of regular people that I interviewed on the channel. And, you know, over the years, we became very good friends. He was such a nice guy. Pippa will tell you that. He was like the most stubborn guy you will ever meet in your life. But also the guy, you won't meet a guy with a nicer heart than that guy. And, you know, it was just such a shame to, you know, when I got the news on Monday night that, you know, he passed away. I mean, I swear, I thought it was, I was hoping that I'd wake up the next morning and it would be a dream and it wasn't actually true. And, you know, I woke up the next day and it was true, you know what I mean? And it was just like a really horrible situation. Contrary to what a lot of people, I've seen lots of rumors and things like that flying around saying that he took his own life. He didn't take his own life. Claude passed away at a heart attack. And, you know, my thoughts and prayers are with his family. I was with his daughter yesterday, you know, and she's been really grateful for, you know, all of the you know, the messages of, you know, I told her, I had to, like yesterday, I was showing her a couple of messages. Like I showed her the message that Arsenal tweeted out. I showed her the messages that like all various fans did. I showed them this, there was a school, I don't even know where this school is, but it's school kids who just did a minute's applause for Claude. I've had messages from all around the world, and it's still pouring in for Claude. And I was showing her all that and saying, listen, this is how special your dad was. And, you know, it's such a shame that he's no longer going to be with us. I know he would have been looking forward to this game. You know, this is what he lived for. This is what he lived for. He lived for football. And I know that, like, he always used to say to me, Robbie, you know, we know that he had a few issues with mental health. And he'd be like, Robbie, I'm all right until the summer when there's no football on. Then I'll suffer a bit then. But when football's on, I'm all right. You know, he goes, oh, well, he used to say to me, I'm all right apart from Arsenal. You know, and I've just got so many great memories of him. One of the memories I kept remembering today, and I don't know if people might remember these ones as well, is sometimes I'll be interviewing him, yeah? And this was sort of like, you know, sort of towards the latter end of the Wenger years, and like things weren't going too great at Arsenal. And I remember this happened twice. Claude, he goes, I finished interviewing him and he says, yeah, Robbie, that's it now. I'll see you next season. I ain't coming. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, isn't it, Pippa? He goes, I ain't coming back. That's it. I'm done. No, I'm not doing no more games. I'm not coming no more. I've had enough of these lot. I've had enough of this team, the manager, everything. I'm not coming back. And I go, you're not coming back? He goes, I'm not coming back. I'm fed up with this team, right? And then he'd go, yeah? And then the next week, I'll be walking up to the ground and I see him and I go, yeah, Claude, I thought you said you ain't coming back. And he goes, I can't fucking keep away. And that summed him up, man. That summed him up. The guy was just like, all football fans loved him, man. I went everywhere with that guy. Every ground around the country, fans loved him. They he's the only one of us who could go to Tottenham, right, and not have to worry about getting killed. Because they point to Claude, right, and they go, he's all right. I like him. Claude's all right. You lot, you lot on the other end. We're after you lot, but he's all right. So listen, man. I've got so many great memories of him, man, and I just can't believe he's not going to be here no more. You know what I mean? I'm gutted. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm really, 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 really gutted that he's not going to be around no more. But it's life, man. I was saying to you guys earlier, man, we got to look after our health.
Yeah.
You know, I think if we take one thing from what's happened, you know, we got to look after our health. We've lost 2 people now on AFTV. We lost Heavy D. Yeah. And we lost Claude, and both of them to heart attacks. So that's a mission to all of us here. Let's look after our health, especially with this whole COVID stuff and that's been going around. Yeah. Let's look after ourselves, man.
And check in and support one another. Sorry, Pippa.
Literally the nicest guys. Like, you wouldn't meet any nicer. They always had mad energy, positive, except for when Arsenal lose, of course, but always happy people, always getting the drinks in, always looking after you, like good people, man.
Yeah. And people said to me, like, oh, Robbie, you had a falling out with Claude.
No.
It was the well-publicized thing that happened with us on the channel. We didn't fall out. We didn't fall out over that. Listen, what happened, but we still spoke a lot. You know, and I always say, like, for instance, when I had COVID at Christmas, one of the first people to reach out to me was Claude. Goes, Robbie, I heard you got COVID, how you doing? But when I heard he was not doing well, like there was earlier on in the year, he was in hospital, you know, I called him, spoke to him, you know, Claude, what's up? You know, he said to me at that time, you know, maybe that's kind of got a little thing to this. He was saying to me, he's going, oh, you know, I haven't taken my medication. It's my own fault. And I'm like, yo, come on, man. You got to take your medication, bro. Come on, Claude. And, you know, I'm gutted, man. I'm really, really gutted. You know, that's one nice guy, you know. Anybody who met him liked him because he was just, he was never horrible to people. He was just a nice guy. And, let him rest in, I hope he rests in peace. You know, and you know, I just got like with his family, you know, I know it's a really sad time for them. As I said, I was with his daughter yesterday and I was speaking to her today, and she's such a nice lady as well. And you know, we're gonna do all we can to help her as well. And I know so many people have reached out to her to help, and so many people have reached out to me, Robbie, what can we do? You know, it's been tremendous. You know what I mean? The way the football family sort of come together on this. So, you know, I think I'm really glad to see. You know, we hear about all the negative stuff.
Yeah.
We don't sometimes hear about the way in which so many people have reached out. You know, I think it's been fantastic.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, it's testament to how Claude was as a person, why he's getting these sort of tributes now. And I think you both summed it up perfectly there. So yeah, rest in peace to Claude, and he'll never be forgotten. And I'll be honest, I'd go a step further and say I actually wouldn't mind seeing Arsenal even sort of do some sort of a dedication or tribute to him this Saturday. I think that'd be really nice. So hopefully that happens. We have to obviously after that talk about the matter at hand, which is the small game this weekend. I can't say it's a big game. We're both mid-table teams at the moment. Like in years gone by, you know, we'd be battling for fourth for the league. Now we're battling to stay in the top half of the league. It's a weird one. I remember the last time we all did a show was for the Community Shield, where you guys picked us on penalties. And both teams had so much optimism going into the season. I remember we did the preview shows and like you guys were saying, you think top four is a realistic ambition. And we were saying, yeah, we think the league's on again. A few months later, neither of those look like they're going to happen. So I just want to ask, so far this season, Robbie and Pippa, what do you think has been Arsenal's best performance, best team performance so far?
Oh. Do you know what the first one that comes to mind, which it doesn't really sum us up well because of the opposition, but the best team performance I remember was a recent one against West Brom beginning of the year, because the link-up play was great. We kept it clean sheet from what I remember, and the goals were superb, like Wenger ball type goals from Saka, Emile Smith-Rowe involved, Lacazette, and that was a really good performance. But it was West Brom. No offense, I mean. Chelsea as well, Christmas time.
Yeah, Chelsea was was when Chelsea came to the Emirates, everyone thought we were going to get smashed.
Yeah,
and we were excellent against Chelsea. We dealt with them, and I think against Tottenham as well. I thought that we from start to finish in that North London derby. A lot of people were saying we were going to. Most people wrote us off in that game, so that we wouldn't. Yeah. From start to finish, we dominated that game. And I think recently Arsenal have been playing a lot better. It's not the same Arsenal that you guys played earlier on in the season. There's a bit of pattern of play to us. We're still making errors, which has been our downfall. But I think since Martin Odegaard's come in, since Smith-Rowe's gone into that position as well, those two have changed the dynamic of Arsenal, and it's been a lot better Arsenal performances since those two guys have come in. But yeah, you know what, Pippa, as well. I remember when we played the first half against Wolves until the madness where everyone started getting sent off. Yeah. Again, we were playing some fantastic football, So yeah, I think I've been very encouraged recently by the way we've been playing. I was very encouraged in the last game against West Ham. Even though we were 3-0 down, and I was
you was encouraged.
No, but what I was going to say, I was encouraged by the comeback.
Okay,
I was encouraged by the bravery that Arsenal showed, because they didn't just, that comeback wasn't just they nicked a penalty and managed, or something. They actually, when they went 3-0 down, they were very brave on with their attacking play.
Yeah.
And I thought they showed a lot of heart and spirit. But there's still faults with Arsenal, man. We make too many mistakes. That's the big problem, and errors have been costing us. Even though the football's improved a lot, and I think it really has improved a lot. But I just think the errors have cost us a lot as well. So it's going to be an interesting game.
I agree. Matt Drift, I'm going to ask you guys the same question. Liverpool, what's been Liverpool's best team performance this season, in your opinions?
Way, isn't it? But then, if we think about, do you want to know what's so mad though, Drift? Some of the football we played against Leicester, obviously, I know we lost that game, but you see, like the first half, remember, we were all over Leicester. You got to think about the Spurs game as well. We beat Spurs. West Ham away. That was a great.
Yeah,
that
was a good performance.
Yeah.
I think it probably is the pace one, because if you DP, you win 7-0. You can't get better than that, really. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So it probably is that one. But dare I say, it wasn't some of the best football that we played. I still feel like we played football better in other games. Just that in that game, everything was working for us. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'll say it's a bit of a mixture.
Yeah, based on the opposition, I'll probably go West Ham, because 3-0 to West Ham, as well as they're playing, they're bloody above us. So
to
go to their ground and beat them 3-0 this season, that was impressive. It was.
Yeah, for real.
Indeed. So I'm going to ask a reverse question now. So Matt Drift, I'll start with you on this one. If you could pick one Premier League result you could reverse, what game would it be and why?
Man City. I'd bend them over 4-1. I didn't like that.
Do you know what? For me,
we were still in the title race, Matt. Do you remember? Remember that was the moment where it was like, I think it was 1 point
behind, but they had a game in hand, so it was effectively 4 points. We lost that, went 7, and then we just snowballed after that. If we'd have beat them, we would have still been above them if they'd have won their game in hand. And who knows if we might have had some confidence out of it. You know what I'm saying?
But what about Villa, bro? When we got absolutely smoked. Now it was a one-off game. It was a one-off, but we got smoked. And there's another game I'm thinking about. Funny enough, the Everton game where they beat us.
Oh, 100%. Because if you change that result, Van Dijk's not injured, Thiago's not injured, and then we're top of the league right now, and we're laughing. Yeah, you're right.
No,
you're right.
No. That's the Goodison. That's Goodison. But that's a good point, though. That's a very good point.
Oh no, you want to turn around the Anfield one? Well, do it back to the future.
They beat us at Anfield.
You changed the 2-2 draw, and the whole season's different.
Yeah, but I get what you're saying, but that's like getting Thanos and the Infinity Stones, fam, and we can't do that and take out injuries. I'd love to. Don't get twisted. I'd love to do that because that means Thiago don't get injured and neither does VVD. So
that's what I'm saying.
If we had the Infinity Gauntlet, then yeah, it's definitely that game. 100.
I didn't know Thiago is injured. He's been playing, hasn't he?
Yeah. No, because he got injured.
No, he got injured in that game. No, Robbie knows what he's doing.
Time.
Robbie's being cheeky there. He knows what he's doing. And you lot fell for it as well.
No, I just asked it like it was normal. I know what you're trying to do there. I see what he's doing, though. I'm going to get you,
lot fell for it. Just going to read out a couple of super chats. So John Conway, good evening, guys. RIP Claude, you never walk alone. Thank you very much, John. Shout out to Andre Roberts, who just become a YouTube member of ours. Kadir, who's saying football community will miss him. RIP Claude, indeed. And MF, should be a good game. I think Klopp might rest key players for Real Madrid and avoid injuries. Interesting comment. Before we go any further, though, we are going to bring in another very special guest, one of the best comedians on the circuit, Mr. White Yardie. Welcome to the show, bro.
Big up, man.
Go on. Bless up.
Yes,
Shout out, man.
Big up,
man. Hey, listen, don't worry about that. No, man, I was doing something. It just run a little bit over time. You know what I mean?
I heard that before.
I apologize. Seriously, I'm filming in the studio right there, and I actually say, "Yo, I'm done. I'm out now." So yeah.
We appreciate that, brother. Thank you.
What's going on, Robbie?
Everything. No, Robbie. Before you come in, Robbie and Pippa were just saying that they think that Liverpool's gonna smash Arsenal. I was just like, "Raw, what's?"
They wouldn't say that.
My bad. Sorry, my bad.
Definitely wouldn't say that.
I just wanted to see how strong the unity was. All right.
Yo, you don't sound like living on hopes now. Why you drinking that? You ever need that drink sat there? Watch, when we're done, you know, sat there, you ever need that drink.
All right, so that brings us quite nicely on to you, White Yardie. So I'm going to start with you. How would you sum up this season for Arsenal so far, and what would constitute a success?
I'm just waiting to hear what man have to say about what we say, Liverpool.
You got a proper villain laugh as well.
Don't worry. Hey, listen, let me just say something. I know a lot of Liverpool fans don't like me, and this is Robbie's fault, but it's cool. It's cool.
Why? What happened?
Robbie proper. But listen,
he's always on the Bar's Premier League show. He's always tearing into Liverpool. Right, and I keep warning him. I go, yo, you.
Okay, Yardy. All right.
No, because my thing is this, yeah, is I know a couple of Liverpool fans personally, and they won the Premier League by default last season.
Here we go.
And all of a sudden, they had the most talk ever. I'm like, yo, go talk to Blackburn and Leicester. Them win it one time too. Go talk to them.
Oh,
you understand?
Wow.
Like,
it was so amicable before, innit?
You understand me?
Like, you know.
Default, the whole Premier League took a season off. Yeah, the whole Premier League took a season off. We had COVID. We had 5 substitutions. We had water breaks. Like, what? Water breaks? An American.
We'd already won the league by then, bro.
Thing was already done.
League was already wrapped up by then, bro.
Thing was already done.
No, it wasn't.
This season is a season.
It wasn't.
This is the season, no?
Yardy, look,
Why
we
they
know
get
you. Yeah. We know you've got a good relationship with Ray and nephew, but you must have had a lot to drink before you come on. If you say we want to buy default.
I think Thiago's been drinking. All right, and a lot of Liverpool fans said, "Oh, Arsenal will never close that gap." All right, cool. It's almost close. It's literally by this Saturday could be 1-2 points. I can't remember. I'm so close to it right now. It's
but we've had about 50 injuries this season, and we're
For
still
real.
above you.
Boo! We had 50. We had 50 injuries.
Hey, it's heating up, boy. It is
Wow.
Okay.
So who out there?
We're in a gunfight with a knife, and man, them are still taking shots. All right.
So wait, Thiago, this magician wanna buy Thiago.
He's played the same amount of games as Thomas
Yardy.
Partey, and you guys made a song about him.
Oh,
And
for
a
real.
dance, didn't it, Robbie?
That's all
Ain't
right.
that right?
Yeah.
No, I think. Listen. Thomas Partey's been injured for most of the season, but I think he's had a better season than Thiago.
Incorrect.
He's had more.
Robbie.
He's had more.
No.
When I've seen Thiago play, right, I've not seen him really have a good game for you guys.
They both played 15 games in the league.
Has he had like a standout game for you guys? Be honest.
He's playing out of position for most of the time, so it's a little bit hard to say he's had a standout performance.
He's playing in midfield.
You
No,
could
but-
argue Leipzig.
He's been playing on the bench.
He's had the same amount of games as Partey.
Yardy's on a
outranked
wind up, you know.
I think. Listen, I think when Partey has played for Arsenal, I've been impressed on him on the whole. I think Partey's been putting in decent performances. He suffered from injuries, but when I've seen Thiago, when I compared Thiago, what I saw of Thiago at Bayern to what you guys, I've not seen. If anything, I think he's kind of messed with the dynamics of Liverpool. I'm being honest. I'm not saying he's not. I'm not saying he's not a top quality player because he's a top quality. He's a top quality player, but I don't know if you really needed him. It's like he doesn't seem to fit.
You did. And if you want to talk about injuries, we signed him. He played 45 minutes against Chelsea on his debut. Broke the record for most passes completed in a football match. Second game, he got assaulted and he was out for 3 months. That's what you call injuries. Do you know what I'm saying?
And he had COVID.
Charleston could have went jail for that tackle. That tackle was horrendous. So,
But are you going to be real though? He's not really for what you thought you was getting. I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's the reason why, but he's not really lit it up, has he? Let's be real. He's not.
he's not lit up to optimum, no. But
yeah. But again, Robbie, I think that kind of comes down to how we've been as a team. So I think it's been hard for him to suddenly be the shining light, which I suppose maybe some people may think because you think of the profile of the player. But listen, when you're playing, Nat Phillips, Matip, Van Dijk, Gomez, you've had to change so many players in defence. We've had midfielders play at centre back, and his roles had to change as well. And only now that we're getting people back, now, in my opinion, you start to see the real Thiago.
No, listen, I think he's
What do you want?
Then you can't really compare him to Partey. You're only seeing the real Thiago now. You can't really compare him to Partey, who's played more. I think he's played more minutes. I need to check the stats, but I'm sure
they both played 15 games in the league.
Playing 15 games.
Can I just make a point about Thiago and Partey, right? Has Partey, as Thiago not played because of injuries, or has he not played because he do not think? So sit down.
Injuries.
No,
Injuries.
Listen, if Partey's not injured, he's on the pitch.
That's because you got no one else in midfield.
He's your best midfielder. Who's he competing with?
Listen, Uno didn't buy Thiago. Uno buy Thiago. Stop. Yeah, not Thiago. Stop.
Wow. I'm talking about Thomas Partey. Listen. You man were talking about Thomas Partey, yeah? Like he was going to be some Vieira.
Yes.
And albeit he has been injured, but let's be real. You see my man Partey, he's by default your best midfielder. So anytime he does something, I do feel like there's a bit of gas levels where you go a bit over the top. I think he's a very good player.
Hold on a minute. Hold on.
Let me finish. I think he's good, Robbie. Don't get me wrong. He's quality, but let's be real. He hasn't set the Premier League alight either.
No, but that's because I'll give it, the reason why he hasn't set it alight is because he's been injured most of the season. We bought a guy that was never ever injured, and literally in the whole time that he's been at Arsenal, he's not really had a run of, say, you can't even say he's had a run of, say, 3 games in the side. He's been injured. He's been in and out injured, right? And I don't think you can really compare him like for like with Thiago. Thiago's a different type of midfielder. He's a creative midfielder. You know what I mean? So when you're laying down those stats, what you're laying, it's a different type of midfielder. We're talking about a guy's a box-to-box midfielder, and I'm happy with him. And I think once he's we seeing that kind of week in, week out, right? I think we're going to see a top signing. It's just been blighted with injuries, and it's funny that you guys can make excuses with injuries for your guys. But when someone else players is injured, you're starting to throw stats around. You know what I mean?
I didn't say nothing about stats.
The same amount of games.
Yeah.
You're holding up stats and that. You know, maybe we should be. Sorry, look, Yardy, man.
You're making pure noise, right, Yardy?
Yardy, put you on mute. Mute your thing for a bit.
Is it?
I think if you're going to compare Thiago,
yeah,
you have to start comparing the impact that Thiago's made to maybe Martin Odegaard, because Martin Odegaard's come in, and I tell you, he's been some player, and he plays in more or less. He's a sort of same type of player like Thiago, you know, similar.
I disagree, Robbie.
No,
I think they're different, bro. They're different. I think they're different.
The two of them are creative midfielders, right? And I'm saying that Martin Odegaard has hit the ground running. He's been superb. Now, I'm not doubting the quality of Thiago. He's a quality player. I'm not doubting him, but I'm saying he hasn't lit it up. You have to be real. He hasn't. He's not what you guys thought. It's not that he might not turn good. You know what I mean? He could still end the season well, but he's not lit it up. You have to be real. Yeah. Whereas I think Martin Odegaard, since he's come in, he's been here since January. For Arsenal, he's lit it up.
He's playing well, but they are totally different players, though. They are totally different players.
Thiago's more
because Thiago, deep line playmaker,
is actually a number 10. So they're completely different. They're completely different. No one lets us use injuries as an excuse for Naby. People come for us all the time about Naby, and that's a midfielder that's always injured. So we know what
no one puts Naby Keita on a pedestal like that. No one really mentions his name when it comes to players that are rated in the team.
Before we signed Naby Keita was, if not, it's the same as
someone on this channel
highly rated than Partey. So
I'm not going to get drawn in. People just trying to draw him in.
That wasn't a disrespect.
No, it wasn't a disrespect to us. It wasn't a disrespect to us, but someone on this channel might take offense.
No, I like him, but when you mention top midfield, I see what he does. I see his work rate. But when you mention top midfielders in top 6 teams, Naby Keita is not a name that comes to mind.
No, but Naby Keita's
that's because he don't play. Because he don't play.
He's flopped, hasn't it, since he's
come in? He don't play. He's been injured. He's injured 90% of the time.
He sounds like gonna run a hospital up at Liverpool, you know. because
this season we are, Bridget. This season we are.
But this season,
yo, injured. Yo, stop crying. It's called football. Yeah. You have 23 players in the team. Stop crying.
All right, so Yardy, let me ask you a question then. If we had so many injuries, we've been so bad, why aren't you above us in the league?
You know, we catch you back. You know, we catch you back.
I keep on hearing we're going to catch you, we're going to do this. Every season
They're still catching. And we've had the most injuries.
I need to know why right now aren't Arsenal above us?
Okay, because guess what? Yeah? We are going through a rebuilding thing at our team.
You've been rebuilding since you built the Emirates.
Yes, exactly. It's the Emirates. Yeah. Cool. We don't have the best team in the world and the best hospital, it seems like, in the world. Like, I don't know what's going on. Or the worst hospital. Remember, there was a stage where every minute they must say Arsenal players are always injured. Yeah. Remember, every minute we have a whole heap of players injured.
And then your brethren come and infiltrated us.
This season,
Big up Ox.
Who?
No, we for some reason
you're
we got
talking about
the
medical-
ever made in
medical
our
man,
you
innit?
took our physio, you took our medical guy.
Sam Informer.
Yeah, man just
Okay,
coming in and
when
just
did he
giving
come
man
to
bare
Liverpool?
juju
When
up
did
in
he
there,
come to
boy.
Liverpool?
At the beginning
When
of
did
the
he come to
season.
Liverpool?
Beginning of the season, bro.
Beginning of the season.
Okay.
Makes sense.
You know, he's a good. He would do a good job there. So listen, back to your question. Back to your question, yeah, is when you check it as well with Arsenal, yeah, we have players. If we have a team, when you check, like, look for example, with our right back, our left back situation, we only have one left back in our team. You understand? So if he's injured, we now have to put somebody over there that don't play. So when you're telling me about Thiago's playing out of position, Arsenal is known for playing players out of their positions at times because we don't always have players that are fully fit to play. We have probably a strong 11 if everybody fit. But then it's like, do we have two strong 11s? No, we don't. Liverpool, you have a lot of strong players, and you still are just in touching distance. That's the thing. We have this season, I doubt we've ever once had our strongest 11 play. We haven't either.
We haven't even.
What, the first game of the season, you had a full strong team?
No, we didn't.
No. Everton was the only game.
You know what's mad, bro? I'm not saying you lot ain't had injuries, yeah, but you lot are actually at the bottom. I think Arsenal was third from bottom in the table for injuries this season.
You love these stats, innit? You love bringing out these stats.
No, but I'm just saying. They did a stat about it.
I know.
It's not about how many injured. It's about who's injured. That's different. It's like saying, all right, cool. If we have Partey out injured, who we know comes into that midfield, and when he's playing in that midfield, he does a job. So he's out injured, yeah. We have Tini out injured, yeah, who is one of our best, if not probably one of the best of left backs in the country. Facts, yeah. And shake your head and when I say that too, because you know it's facts, yeah. Coming for that
third
position
best
as well.
Third best.
Yeah, me never see we want to Robertson with you.
No, we're not having that conversation.
No
way we're having that conversation.
Wow. Tini coming for that position, yeah. So when we have these players all injured, yeah, you have to think about it. We are having key players all injured, and we're bringing in youngsters. Yeah, we're bringing in
what about
youngsters
Alisson?
to our team.
That's a key. That's a key player. Alisson, Van Dijk, key player. Gomez, key player. Henderson, key player. Mane, Salah both had COVID this season.
Matic.
Coutinho was injured this season. Trent has been out this season. We're not going to do the injury debate. It's a
the thing is about this, Drifty. Every team gets injuries, man.
Yeah.
Not like this, bro.
A whole back line.
Listen, I think you guys are starting to whine about injuries too much. You even had the January transfer window where you could have rectified a load of those things.
Very true.
So
but you don't know what bad owners are like.
I don't think. Listen,
not as easy as that.
And yeah, but you could have rectified that. You could have rectified that in January, and you didn't. And teams
we did buy a centre back.
It happens. We could turn around. You know, when Yardy said about transition, you were straight on him as to say we are a team in transition. Look how many players, when you want to look on things like that, look how many players at Arsenal we need to get rid of. And we've been trying to get rid of. So even in January, we got rid of Ozil. We got rid of Kolasinac. We got rid of Mustafi. We got rid of, we're a team that have still got like the remnants of a lot of players that need to be shifted on. Liverpool have, I know you've had a lot of injuries, but the team that's there is the team that Klopp built. So, this is a team in transition. And if you look on it, what those guys are saying, which is very true, there's not a lot of difference in the two teams at the moment. I think you've won one more game than we have this season. You've lost one or two games less than what we've lost this season. So, and we've had a terrible season as well. So I think, the injury thing, listen, there's no doubting, right, that missing somebody like Van Dijk is big because he's such an influential player. He's the best centre back in the league. You're going to miss a player like that. But I'm saying that there comes a stage when you guys then have to say, well, you know what, he's out for the season. You could have rectified that in January. You didn't really. You know what I mean? You still went for young players to come in that position. So I don't think you can be moaning about that no more. You then have to kick on and try and see where you can finish in this season. And it's not been a great defence really for Liverpool of their title when you see how many teams have gone to Anfield.
Yeah.
And, you know, teams like Fulham, and even with the injuries, you're not really supposed to be losing to Burnley, Fulham. And I'm not saying, I'm not talking like we're nothing special, because we lost to teams like Burnley as well. But I'm saying for the champions to be losing to those teams, it's not a good look, is it? So there's not a lot.
We know this. We know this. But the only difference is, this is going to sound like
such a wind up, by the way.
This is going to sound like I'm being shady, but I'm not. Where we are now is a shock to everybody, including ourselves. Where you lot are isn't really a shock. I think that's the difference.
Of course, it's a shock.
No, because you lot finished. Where did you finish?
Down in ninth. In ninth place, we're in ninth place at the moment. Of course, that is a shock. Nobody.
No, but where did Arsenal finish last season? 7th, 8th.
We finished 8th last season, right?
No, it's not. That's what I'm saying.
We finished 8th. Listen, we finished 8th last season, but it's still a shock to be finishing 8th. Arsenal's not a team that normally finishes like even out of the top 4 over the years, but that's when you can see it's a team that's rebuilding. And Arteta, we've got a new to draw them comparisons. We've got a new manager. Like Yardy says, it's a team in transition. And you guys don't want to take account for none of them things there, but you're quick to tell everybody about all your injuries and things like that.
No, we'll take account. The January stuff.
Yeah, of course you take account. But you don't know what it's like when you got owners that don't spend money.
I'm telling you what's a bigger shock, because you guys were shocked. We're not shocked when we win the Premier League. We couldn't believe it.
Yeah,
we're not shocked. We're not used to that. And it's showing when you look at we are
I mean, if we're gonna do the trophy thing, if we're gonna do the trophy thing, we can draw on Europe, and obviously you haven't really got a horse in the race there. So
dance a yard before you dance abroad. Yeah.
We dance at both. We dance at both.
We do both, bro.
What did we do? What did we do a couple of seasons ago? Win the Champions League.
You lot do lockdown raves when it comes to Europe. We're partying everywhere. For
real.
Let me tell you something. Hold on.
But that's why. That's why.
Run up your mouth now. Don't win the Champions League, and we see you in Europe Cup, yeah?
Yardy, when was the last time you saw Arsenal win the Champions League?
Well,
the same time you see it.
Huh?
The same time you see it.
That's what I thought. No, that happened. Listen, Yardy, I'm just saying it ain't gonna happen. It's just facts, isn't it? It ain't gonna happen. We know.
You can't say that. You can't say
that. Sorry. In the future,
that was silly. It was silly. It was very silly. So before I get silly, let's just talk facts as well. Yeah. When was the last time you see Liverpool lose 7 games at home?
It was 6.
Back to back. Like
never.
It was 6. But yeah,
it was 6, bro.
It is terrible. It is terrible. We're not gonna stand there. We're not gonna stand there and condone it. It was terrible.
7.
Exactly. These things happen in football. But one thing we do know, when Liverpool are full strength, we turn up. It's facts, bro.
You guys have changed, you know, because now you got elected fandom. When I knew you, when I met you how many years ago, you didn't talk like this because you got European now and you got
don't lie.
Pippa, don't do. Pippa, when you met me, I was exactly the same. You know this. Don't do that.
I'm gonna throw him under the bus here. When White Yardy came into the stream, that's when everything changed.
For real. Mama's been humble. Pippa, I was being humble. When soon as
Yardy kicked the door open and just sprayed the Uzi.
What was happening is that you guys were doing what you hope your team always does, is you wanted to gang up. So you wanted to have the officials on your team. So there was 3 of you against 2. And it's like Robbie and Pippa can handle themselves. But guess what? Draft your striker run in now. Top striker, gunner. We come in. Don't try that. Yeah, and make sure when you don't pay off the officials this weekend. Yeah, don't do that. Because all this thing and things, don't bother with that. Yeah, don't pay.
Arsenal's been getting the rub of the green with the ref recently. Listen.
No.
Lacazette was
Listen,
the one
we don't get no luck.
You lot been getting the rub of the green.
We get no luck. This season, we've had no luck at all when it comes to
what are you
VA.
talking about? You know what? In the game earlier on in the season, right? Mane should have been sent off at the start of the game. Yeah, right. And I can't tell you, yeah, I can't tell you. Mo Salah, they should buy him a pair of swimming trunks. That brother, I never see a man dive so. Come on, he's a quality player, but bro, that man, I'm telling you, man, the amount of diving, I reckon it was him who freed that ship the other day in Egypt. You know, he dived under it.
Nah, this slander's mad.
I'll let you have that one, Robbie.
This slander is mad.
Hey, listen,
this slander is mad.
No, come on, man. You cannot say Salah is quality, but he dives, man. He does not. He goes down too easily. Him, Harry Kane, them man.
No, but Rob, here's the thing. Yeah, there's actually a compilation of Mane staying on his feet and not being given a foul he should have been given. No, but
you want to like drawing for Salah. Drawing for Salah.
You say
but
we made
Mane has proved this season. If you don't go down, you won't get a foul you're meant to get. Mane has got a collection of fouls he hasn't got by staying on his feet because you heard people calling him a diver, so he's trying hard not to go to ground, and it's costing us games. So Salah just makes sure he goes down. That's it. That's it.
Dives.
That's why my left.
So we're talking about diving. Lacazette kicks, man, and then he pretends he's hurt.
Lacazette down all the time.
Come on,
Salah. Listen,
you don't believe that.
You can't tell people about diving with Salah. Salah,
look at your glasses.
Listen, all Salah does is let the ref know.
You see Lacazette, he's always drawing contact because he's always twerking. That's a fact. That's a fact. Always twerking, backing man up. No, less of that. Less of that, backing man up. Nah, brethren. Lacazette think it's carnival settings. It ain't carnival, bro. It's football. It ain't carnival.
I see man river dancing in the North London derby and that, just kicking man and getting penalties. I'm like, right, is that what we do now? All right, cool, fair enough.
Come on, man, Salah. You lot know, you already know he's the worst diver in the Premier League.
He's not.
No.
Come on.
Robbie, if we're being real, and I'm gonna be real, I'm taking my Liverpool. No, Robbie, hear what I'm saying. I'm gonna take my biasness out of it. All jokes aside, I generally think it's Harry Kane. Real talk.
Harry Kane don't dive. He does that bend over thing, man. He don't really dive. He does the thing.
Harry Kane dives, and he always.
He plays for Man United, but I don't want to go into that conversation.
Kane is bad,
right? For Man United.
Kane is, bro. Kane is.
No. The biggest diver in the league plays for Man United, but we won't open that can of worms.
Man, I lie, man. I think Salah is the worst diver in the Premier League. I think Harry
so you guys are saying that Salah is not the biggest diver in the league. Is that what you guys saying?
No, he's not.
I don't think he is.
He's the worst. He does it in the box all the time. He's always in the box. He's never like outside. Like he makes sure he's in the box to try and get something out of the game.
There's quite a few people.
I know that you lot are a little upset because he's won a couple penalties against you, but you just got to tell Louise to stop pulling up man's shirt and gripping up man's afro and that. That's all you got to do. You know what I'm saying? It's real.
He doesn't need to.
Salah just want to feel somebody breathe and then he drop.
Listen.
Oh, he usually the only air he gets is when he's leaving Louise behind. Usually. Got a couple super chats and then we'll move into score predictions, etc. So Big Six Band, shout out to Big Six Band. Go and subscribe over there if you haven't already. Panel full of legends. Robbie, AFC have a good record at the Emirates against Liverpool. What makes you think don't have a great record? What makes you think you'll get what makes you think you'll get baptized?
We have a good record against Liverpool at the Emirates.
No, that's what you say. What makes you think that Liverpool? I think there's a few errors in the super chat, but I think he's basically asking what makes you think that Arsenal or Liverpool won't win this game. So we'll come on to that shortly.
What I would say there is that Arsenal got a good record against. We got a horrible record at the Anfield, but we've got a good record against Liverpool at the Emirates.
Yeah, you do. You do have a good record.
We beat you last season. Remember, you were going for the 100 points, and we beat you in that game, right? You know, so
One
We
free
were
stats,
hungover,
you know.
but yeah.
and what I was saying earlier, right? I'm being real now. I'm saying that, you know, obviously you're up against Liverpool. We know there's lots of quality players and Jota and Salah and Mane, you know, Firmino. Yeah, I mean, we know there's a lot of, you know, but I also feel that this is a better Arsenal team than what you faced earlier on in the season. It's a team that's more playing better football. It's more cohesive. Martin Odegaard has made a big difference to the creativity of Arsenal. I think as well that it's going to be an Arsenal team where most of the players are going to be fit. So Partey will be fit, Kieran Tierney will be fit. You know what I mean? So some of the main guys will be fit. So I think we've got a very good chance of winning the game. Certainly, I want to see Arsenal on the front foot in the game. I don't want to see us. I thought that when we played Liverpool at Anfield, we showed too much respect to Liverpool in that game, right? I mean, it was earlier on in the season. I don't know if, you know, but I think now this is a different Arsenal team, you know, that's not without faults. I said right at the start of the show, there's still mistakes in this team, but when they get it together, and you know, there's been players like Pepe has been playing well. You know what I mean? You know, and I think Pepe up against, say, a Trent Alexander-Arnold, the way I've seen him playing this season, will give him a lot of problems. A lot of problems. You're nodding your head, but Trent Alexander-Arnold's not had a good season. He didn't even make the England squad. You know what I'm saying?
we know Gareth Southgate's a bit
I've watched a lot of games. I've watched, you watch all the games. I've watched a lot of games, and it's almost as if a lot of teams seem to have kind of sussed out Liverpool. You know what I mean? I see teams hitting diagonals in behind the fullbacks all the time. I saw us, we did it last season when we beat you in the Community Shield. That's kind of what we did as well. And I think, you know, the back four, obviously without Van Dijk, can be got at. So
that's a fair point.
Yeah, I feel that we can win the game. I'm not going into the game scared or nothing. I know obviously it's Liverpool, but I definitely think Arsenal can win that game 100%.
Fair enough. Got a couple more super chats. Dinesh says, who are Arsenal in the Champions League? Liverpool with Madrid, Bayern Munich, Barcelona, and AC Milan. Better to be in that group than Arsenal, who have not won.
No, but you know, wait a minute. Let me cut that as well, right? You know,
look, you guys rattle the comments.
Rattle the fan base.
You don't read that.
If we were to win the Europa League, we'd be in the Champions League, and you guys might not make it. I mean, let's not talk too soon yet.
That is true. That's true.
I don't know how things are going to pan out.
That is true. That is true.
BC says, how would Arsenal cope with two most influential midfielders playing in their defence with no first-team defenders? That is the reason. It's not an excuse.
We've had like last season, for a lot of last season, right? Xhaka was having to play as a left back. Xhaka was having to play as a midfield for most of the start of this season because of injuries. We're having to play Kieran Tierney as a third centre back. Teams get injuries, man. You've got to learn how to deal with it. That's why.
Can I just say something, though, Rob?
I know these are big players missing, but it starts to become across like you guys are whining too much.
No, Rob. Can I just say something?
You should have deal with it in January.
All right. Let me say this though. Any top team, in my opinion, in Europe, yeah. So we lost Van Dijk for the season. Later on, we lost Gomez, and then we lost Matip. Rob, that's our 3 senior centre backs out for the season. Yeah. And I know what you're saying. Clubs do get big injuries, but I just feel like any top club or any club in world football would find that hard to replace 3 of your first choice centre backs, and then you've got to go to your youth players. Because Rob, if I said to you, did you know about Reece Williams and Nat Phillips before this season? No. Be honest, would you have been like, I know about these guys?
Nat Phillips I knew, yeah.
Okay, but even Reece Williams.
Nat Phillips has come in, right? Now, hold on a minute. Nat Phillips, when I've seen him, he's come in and done a decent job. Then your manager will take him out and go and put a midfielder in the back instead. So that's your own fault. Because when sometimes he's come in and he's played all right, your manager, Klopp, who I respect Klopp, obviously, but he's made a lot of errors. And then January. He made a couple. And when January come, you didn't really deal with it properly. You went and bought a young player from Preston, I think. He's hardly played. You went and bought a defender from Schalke who's at the bottom of the Bundesliga. Now, to me, I'm sorry, then you can no longer start moaning because that's what you've decided to do. So you can't moan about it then because, you know, those players were all injured before January.
Yeah.
So, you know.
It's not moaning, though, Rob. It's just a reason, like Matt said.
No, that's something you've been talking about.
No. Context, Van Dijk and Gomez have been out since October, for the season. Not when is he back? Like, done. Forget about it. 2022 before you see, man. And then Matthew got injured in January for the season. These aren't little bit injuries. They're out for the whole season. Like,
hold on. Look at Leicester. Leicester,
big man. You know, so we did have
Leicester been missing so many players
as well.
For a few games.
Yeah, only for a few games
as well.
Say that again.
No, for a few games.
Gabriel who was our best defender at start of the biggest season. He was out for COVID and other reasons for that, and then he got injured as well.
Yeah.
So
but he's back now, though, right?
Saying the whole injury.
But you've mentioned.
But I'm saying this whole injury thing is part of the game. It's part of
but they're out for, no, we get that, but I'm just saying they're out for the season. That's very different.
What I'd say, right, is as I said, right, is that some of those mistakes in your defense, I feel, has been made by your manager. Because when I've seen that, as I said, when I've seen that Nat Phillips play, I'll be like, yeah, he's all right. He looks like a decent player.
Yeah.
But he hasn't had enough faith in him. He'd be playing, then he'd go and put Henderson there, and he'd go and put this man and play. You know what I mean? Whereas if you look at, for instance, us, right, Arsenal, we were missing for the whole of the start of the season. We had nobody who could play the number 10 role. Then the manager put Smith Rowe in there, and he done really, really well. And then we started as a young player. He didn't take him out the next game. He kept him in. And then in January, he said, you know what? Even though he's done that well, we still need a number 10. He went and got Odegaard on loan. That's that's how you deal with them things. But I look at Liverpool and I'm like, you had January to go and get you knew Van Dijk was out for the season from I think it was September. Yeah. So you should be planning and saying, right, you see, come January, he's out for the season, man. If we're to get if we're to win the league, which is that's where you guys are at, you want to win the league, we need to go and replace him. So boy, we might need to look at Koulibaly, or we might need to look at at Leipzig. I've forgotten his name, not Canute, the other one.
It's Makano.
Makano.
No, I fully agree, Robbie. Fully agree.
It no longer becomes an excuse. Because you could have done something and you didn't.
But here's the thing: if anyone should have sympathy for us about having owners that aren't good at spending money, it's you, man. Like, come on, you lot know what that feels like. Let's not act like you lot don't know what that feels like. Like,
you spent money. You spent money.
No money that
right at the end because they were forced to. If Matip never got injured, they were gonna not even spend. They're the tightest owners.
There's only so much Klopp could do.
You lot spend more money than we do, and you moan about your owners all the time.
Listen, we never spent no money in January. It's pure loans.
Well, there you go. There you go.
But the last thing I'll say,
at least it's working. Do you know what I mean? We didn't spend money. We're still complaining, but not as loud as we used to because we brought in replacements and loans that are still managing to do a job. Liverpool's
but what happens if Odegaard goes back then? You're back to square one again. If you don't
we have to go.
But hear this though.
You have to plan it. It's planning. That's where our club and your club, we're behind teams like City because they plan.
Yes.
They plan. So remember last season, literally the whole season they were without Laporte.
Literally, and then they went and got Ake and
they got Ake who don't even play, Rob. He's sitting in their bench.
But at least they have that option. Do you know what I mean?
Because they can. Because they can afford to do that because they're on a different financial level. And I think this is where Liverpool and Arsenal, in my opinion, fall behind because we don't have the same financial resources as even a Man United, a Man City, and a Chelsea. Those three teams there can go and rectify things very easily. Whereas Liverpool and Arsenal, for example, as you said, Rob, you went and got Odegaard, you got him on loan. We had to get Kabak on loan because our owners are dilly-dallying, balancing the books. We went and got Ben Davies, I think it was for 500,000. So I think when it comes to us rectifying things, I think if both teams had the same financial power of the other three I mentioned, then I would say it's definitely on the club, but I'd more say it's more on the owners in that regard, if that makes sense.
It was a strange one for me that, you know, Liverpool knowing all season they need centre-backs to go and buy, even that youth they bought from Preston, I've forgotten his name.
Ben Davis.
And like, he bought him in, I don't even think he's played a game.
He hasn't played one game, Rob.
Robbie, that's why I've been so angry on this channel. That's why I've been kicking off.
He's in the basement, Rob. We ain't seen him. We ain't seen him once.
So that's
and our owners are so tight, Rob, that they loaned out Minamino to get a loan fee back to pay for paying for it.
That made no sense.
That's how bad. That's how tight our owners are.
Yeah.
Man's a hologram.
You know,
We'll never see him.
Your owners won you the league, bro. You know what I mean? So
no, they didn't. They didn't.
They did. Klopp did.
Won us the league, not the owners.
No, but you know what? They bought Klopp in, so you got to give them credit for that as well.
All right, but no, Rob, that's like me buying. I don't know. That's like me buying a takeaway and me getting credit for the meal. Like, no, I just like I went and bought a meal. That doesn't mean I get credit for being a chef. Like, Klopp is one of the best managers that was available. It wasn't rocket science that they went and
got, but you get credit for picking the best takeaway in town. So
it was either Ancelotti. It's either Ancelotti or Klopp. The reason why we didn't get Ancelotti is because Ancelotti said he wanted guarantees of buying a new spine in the summer, and Klopp didn't. That was the reason they went for Klopp. But look, let's get back on topic. A few more super chats, and then we'll do the predictions. So Biggs 1871 says, Arsenal going to get peppered like my nan's steak, napkin and a Guinness punch to wash Arsenal down. Amen and God bless.
Yeah, stop that.
I'm just reading super chats. Dinesh said centre halves are injured all season with Henderson and Fabinho in midfield. With Thiago, Liverpool a different beast with a fully strength team. Mr. Tibbs 09 says I'm waiting on the answer to the last time Arsenal won the Champions League. We've already established that. We won't go back into that one. Khalil says when the pride and joy of England dies, he's a clever and intelligent, but when Mo and Sadio do it, they're a disgrace and need to be punished harshly.
No, all of them are a disgrace. So, I agree in a way with what that guy says here, because
I don't think that's aimed at you guys.
Harry Kane is one of the, you said he's one of the worst divers, and he does get away with it. And when I even saw it in the England game yesterday, right? When an English player dives, it was intelligent. No, he's diving. Even when my own players dive, right? They dive. They dive. It's diving. Simple as that.
Yeah.
Facts.
Kadir Hussein says, I rate Emil Smith Rowe highly. Real talent. Elliot says, put Xhaka and El Neni in centre back and tell me about a crisis. And then finally, Josh T. Look up the amount of days lost to injuries for each time this chat is about being part of the game doesn't amount to nearly a whole team being out for more than a calendar year before a third of the season has gone. All right, so obviously we've spoken about.
By the way, Xhaka's play, as I said to you right earlier, Xhaka has had to play as a centre back, as a left back, many times. That's not.
But he didn't have to do it at the same time as James Milner having to cover right back and a youth man 18 from the youth team playing next to him. That's the difference, Rob.
You know what?
Hey, Pippa, you know it's
You're right. Pippa.
Wow.
Right. I didn't expect that from Pippa. I'm not going to lie.
You're right, man.
I'm
you don't trust me, man. You're too much moaning now, man.
I just read out the super chat. I was going to get
you whining and whinging and whining, man. You know what I mean? What's the matter with you, man?
You see what they say about
this is why the Liverpool fans come for you.
Silver spoon-fed kids, like now you're acting all spoiled and rotten because you got.
Yeah, man.
Pippa, it's all we had left. We had Reece Williams. You know, we had to bring him up, playing next to flipping. What was it?
What?
Nico Williams. Then we listen. Our whole back line has changed.
We were playing Eddie and Ketty out front.
I heard he was a generational talent from Arsenal fans.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, so did I.
Yes, I did.
Yes, I did. Yeah. We did hear that. We did hear that.
You lot are whining too much, man. For real.
No, it's just a reason.
It's just stating the facts.
Who pinned that?
No, look, I'm just reading out super chat. So here, why is Arsenal an embarrassment to Premier League in Europe? And then Jamie Phillips. This is the first time in a while we've had a settled team. I expect Liverpool to do well to the end of the season. All right, so let's get on to the game then. White Yard, I'm going to start with you. How does the game go and who wins?
Arsenal win. When you mean how does the game go? Do you want me to tell you how many times Salah is going to dive? How many red cards you're not going to get that you should have get? Or do you want me to...
This is why...
Is that what you want?
Why did you go to him first?
Because I knew it was going to be the funniest part.
You want...
I want to know how many times Partey is going to get nutmeg.
I'll tell you who's going to get nutmeg. Your goalkeeper. Yeah? Yeah, your goalkeeper.
Genie loves a nutmeg.
Who you just asking? Alice in Wonderland. You're gonna
don't
have
forget that.
Oh no, we're not going to compare goalkeepers, surely.
No, they're not.
That would be crazy. That would be crazy.
What?
No, let's not.
Do you think
Yardy. Your questions are going to have to hold you back. Don't compare goalkeepers.
Yeah, but hold on, wait a minute. This season, Alisson's had a shocking season, man.
Yeah. He hasn't had a shocking season. He had two shocking games.
He had 2 bad games in a row, Rob. He had a brilliant season, but he had 2 bad games in a row. That's it.
And then bad games were shockers.
Yeah, but everyone's allowed to drop the... Listen, if we want to talk about goalkeepers, your board dropped the boo-boo in the summer. You sold your best goalkeeper to Aston Villa. So let's not talk about goalies.
I said we're talking about...
We got two decent keepers, man. And
yeah, but you got rid of the wrong one, Rob.
Some of them mistakes that I see Alisson make, if Pickford would have made them across the road, you'll be laughing your head off. Yeah,
that's because he makes them every week, Robbie.
And we expect that from Pickford, though.
Two games in 3 years. Come on, everyone's allowed to drop a boo-boo.
Thank you.
No.
I'm sure. I notice you don't have the stats for when it's your players or when they're bad. You don't have them ones, do you?
We can if you want, White Yardie. I just didn't want to go down that road because I don't think you're going to like it. It's a cul-de-sac, so it's up to you. You're going to have to turn around at some point. You're going to have to turn around at some point.
You don't have the stats.
What stats do you want?
You said 2 games.
What areas leading to goals?
You said 2 games. Listen, you said Alisson had 2 poor games. But how many mistakes did he make in those 2 poor games? In one game,
in the Leicester game, he made 1. In the
he made about 4.
He made 3.
Yeah, he made 4 bad mistakes.
So already, you understand? So you try to simple it down to, it's only 2 games. He make a bag of mistake, a handful.
Yeah, in the space of 5 days. Come on, man.
How many mistakes has Leno made since he's come to Arsenal? Come on, Yardy, man.
I hear what you're saying. How many times Salah died since he come to Arsenal? Swimming pool.
Yardy, we're talking about goalkeepers and you moved to Salah. That's how I know you're rattled. You're rattled. Pippa Robbie didn't say nothing. Pippa Robbie didn't say nothing. You see, I drew you out there. Drew man out. I drew you out.
He signed for Liverpool and he's like, swimming pool. No, it's Liverpool, not a swimming pool. I died in a minute. Anyway.
Well, he's swimming in trophies and goals, so maybe that's his thing, isn't it? Over there, the Emirates, God knows what you guys are doing over there.
As well.
And while we're talking,
hold on, hairdo.
While we're talking about striking, it's lockdown. How was Aubameyang able to get weave during lockdown? I don't understand.
That's got a Peruvian weave. Aubameyang's got Peruvian weave.
I don't know what's going on. I thought hair shops were closed. That's what I heard.
International break, man. He was in Gabon.
Jordan is. Remember, Aubameyang probably knows. What's their old ex-striker, Gervinho? Them man, they're probably tight, innit? Them man, they're well together, innit? Them man, there.
Gervinho and Mane got the same hairline, Roger.
But what's so mad is our brother don't get weave, though. Our brother don't get weave.
Mane's been to Turkey recently.
Aubameyang's the sort of thing I'd say.
How come Mane grew off there? Where that come from?
Castor oil, Robbie. Come on now. Castor oil, Robbie. You know that.
Matt, you must have grew that on your beard and lent him.
I know we can't talk about hairlines because Aubameyang. I don't even know how Aubameyang don't sweat out that thing. Because have you seen when he don't spray it in?
Robbie,
I don't know how he don't sweat it out. Or maybe it's because he don't work hard enough that he don't sweat during the game. Because man's got that.
Listen, bro, hey, watch out, bro. Watch out for Travis Scott this weekend, Bridget.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Travis Scott, you know.
Travis. Watch out for Travis. Travis.
What an idiot! You ate too much chocolate. That don't even make sense.
No, he's talking about your podcast, White Yardie. He's talking about your podcast. It's a play on words. See, you just want smoke, White Yardie. You get comments and you're still looking for trouble. What happened to you? What happened to you? What are you?
Listen, we are smoking on this weekend. 3-1.
3-1.
1.
You're going 3-1, yeah? 3-1. All right.
Pippa, what are you saying?
Do you know what? I wish I was that confident. It's hard with Arsenal, yeah, because sometimes when we come back from a break, like when we had that winter break, we were on the best form under Emery, I think it was. And then I don't know now if we're going to be back in momentum because before this international break, we were playing okay football. We had that nice comeback against West Ham. So you never know what to expect with Arsenal. And I haven't checked like the press conference, see who's available, if Saka and Smith are available for this game.
I think everyone's fit.
Available. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm expecting a win at home. I'm hoping they come back from an international break, finishing the season on a high. So I'm confident that we won't get battered. Like you lot are trying to come with all your, what would you say, 3-1?
We ain't even said score predictions yet.
We haven't said that yet.
Numbers. It's the way you're sitting, the way you're smiling.
Can't I smile? You want me to sit there and be upset?
You don't say
Yardy bust open the door and break the Uzi. We had to hide behind the sofa, push up the table, and we're just shooting back. That's all we're doing. That's all we're doing.
It's going to be a tough game, I reckon, for both teams. I don't think there'll be a lot of goals in it. So I'm going to confidently go for the traditional 1-0 Arsenal. I'm praying we get a clean sheet.
I don't know.
Don Robbie, what's your prediction, sir?
I think it's going to be a close game as well. I agree with what Pippa's saying. It's hard to gauge what's going to happen because the international breaks come and you don't know how players are going to return. And I mean, it's messed with the momentum of everybody. But the one thing I do know, we got a good record at home against Liverpool. We beat Liverpool last year, a better Liverpool, Liverpool with like full 11, a Liverpool that was chasing 100 points. And it was a worse Arsenal. And we actually managed to get a win. And I think Mikel Arteta has got a very good record against the bigger teams. And so I don't know. I fancy this, man. I'm going to go 2-1 Arsenal. I think it's going to be close. I'm very fearful, obviously, of the front three. So it's going to be how well Arsenal can defend. Yeah. Because, you know, the Liverpool front three, we know that front three there's, you know, this probably the best in the league. But also the defence of Liverpool, from what I've seen, from goalkeeper and all the back four, even Trent, Robertson, those guys have been so good over the years, has been shaky as hell this year, man. And I think if Arsenal really, you know, I said it earlier and after you guys kind of laughed. If Pepe plays, I can see him getting a lot of joy up against, you know, he's a very tricky, dangerous player. He's got a lot of end product, Pepe. And
whoa, sorry, Robbie, I got a cut.
Pepe has got a lot. Pepe have got a lot of end product. Pepe's in the argument for biggest flop of the Premier League era, Rob. You don't watch Pepe play because Pepe is a dangerous player. He creates assists. He scores
77 million, Pip. I mean,
listen. He's not lived up. He's not lived up to the bill. He's been way more effective than Naby Keita for the fee that you paid for him.
No.
You know what?
You may as well have signed me.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Robbie.
You see your dance moves on the party video. I don't know, Robbie.
You paid 72 million for Pepe.
He has not lived up to the price tag, yeah? He's not lived up to the price tag. We know that. But I'm telling you that he's a very dangerous player. This season when he's played well. Yeah. And you're obviously not watching Arsenal. He will give you if what I've seen with Trent and those men, if they play like some of them games I've seen, he'll run circles around those guys.
Yeah.
If you don't listen to what I'm saying, because you don't watch Arsenal week in, week out. I do. I'm telling you, if you take Pepe lightly and defend poorly against him, he will run rings around those two wide players.
You ain't seen that when Pepe gets right back subbed off halfway through the game. You ain't seen that.
Who was that against Pippa?
You ain't seen that happen.
Who was it against Pippa?
Don't worry about the opposition. It's happening.
He's done it against a lot of teams, and if it's not Pepe, then it will be Saka running at those players. So
Saka's good.
So
that's a totally different. You guys throughout this have been very dismissive of Arsenal. Wait. You're only talking about your own faults, right? Without talking about some of the qualities of Arsenal. I said to you guys earlier, it's a better Arsenal now.
Yeah.
Guys like Saka, guys like Pepe, you may dismiss these guys like Pepe, Odegaard. It's a better Arsenal. Smith Rowe. Much better Arsenal going forward. Lacazette has been playing very well recently. I think he might even get the start. He could possibly get the start over Aubameyang. So don't take it lightly. And it's at the Emirates, and we've got a good record against you. So
we're not taking it lightly.
You are, because you're only focusing. It's almost like you guys looking at it and say, "Oh, the only way we can lose is our." You know, you're not looking at the strengths of us. It's a very even game. The league will tell you. There's not much points that separate us. We've sort of won around about the same sort of games. You've just won maybe one game more than us. We've lost around the same. We've drawn around the same. It's the two teams are similar, but I think the Arsenal, at home, I'm going 2-1. Close game, but 2-1.
Fair enough. Before I come to you, Matt and Drift, Slyros says Arsenal forget they've gone 17 years without Premier League.
That's what we can read.
We do audio. We do audio as well. No, we do audio as well.
Going out of Premier League.
No. I'm just reading out the messages. We do
Just
audio as well.
chat,
For the benefit of the audio.
No, we are Jamie. Money about super chat. We are solving money.
Jamie Phillips said, "My blind cousin told me Pepe is the best player he's ever seen."
Okay.
Look, shall I tell you where I think we disagree, Robbie? I think Pepe is a good player. Where I disagree with what you said, though, is where you said he's got great end product. That's what I can't disagree with.
He has.
For me, he hasn't. Not on a consistent basis in the Premier League.
No,
in Europa, maybe.
He's not consistent enough, and that's why he's not lived up to his price tag. But he's got end product. The other day against West Ham, the third goal we get, who put the assist in? Who put that cross in? That was buried by Lacazette. Pepe. Take that guy lightly. I'm telling you, from what I've seen of your left back and your right back this season, they were brilliant the previous seasons. I think he will give them problems if he plays, right? Because he will run at them, and they haven't done well this season. And
Robertson,
there's
fair enough.
I'm seeing the comments. End product doesn't mean just scoring goals. It means being in the midst of creating goals as well. So because I doesn't score a lot of goals.
He's a
Arsenal fan I talk to. That's their frustration with Pepe. He can do the hard part and then he fluffs the other bit. So I'm kind of confused to hear the end product part myself.
He's got end product, man. He creates a lot of assists. He can score goals. He's a dangerous player.
How many assists has he got in the Premier League?
I wasn't going to say the stat thing because we keep getting told.
Don't do that.
It's not started week in, week out, but I'm telling you that he has end product. And if you don't believe me, then we'll wait and see this weekend.
Fair enough. Drift, what's your score prediction for this weekend?
Contrary to everyone thinking we're gassing, I think the game will be a draw.
Okay.
And to be, I don't want to be disingenuous, but Arsenal saying they've got a good record against us at home. We always draw at the Emirates.
You lost last season. You lost last season. You didn't draw last season.
Bro, I'm not even going to lie, bro. We gifted you 2 goals.
As a matter of fact, even if you'd have got a draw last season, you'd have got the 100 points.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure out of the last 6 games at the Emirates, we've won 1, you've won 1, and the rest have been draws, though.
There has been, but we've got a good, that's a good record. We haven't,
why did Alisson in goal last season as well, right?
Yeah,
it was, yeah.
Yeah.
So we counting
We
the
were
3 years.
we were drunk.
Two bad games. Is that one included in it as well? Okay. Is that another bad game of Allison and
we were drunk.
Or you guys
We
forget
were
about
drunk.
that? Yeah. Selective memory.
Listen.
Okay.
I think it'll be a draw. I don't know if it'll be a high scoring draw or not, but 1-1, 2-2. I see something like that. The thing is, as bad as we've been, teams who play football will always give us a chance because we're good at cutting people open. We have been on a little bit of a better form recently. I'm hoping the 2-week break for a lot of our players has helped. I know Genie played all 3 games for Holland. Jota played all 3 games for Holland. So some of our players might be a little bit jaded. They've been traveling around the world. So I'm a little bit worried about that. But at least our Brazilian and our English players have been training, resting. So hopefully that'll be helpful. But yeah, I see. The wickedest thing is, both of these teams, in my opinion, aren't really taking the Premier League serious anymore. Not to say we don't want to win games or we deliberately lose games. No. Both teams have got their eye on Europe, though. We have to be honest. Arsenal want to win the Europa League. It's the only way you can get in the Champions League. And at the moment, it's looking like the only way we get back in the Champions League is if we win the Champions League.
Drifty.
So I'm a little bit, because remember, you lot have got
we got Slavia Prague.
Slavia Prague. So obviously that's not
I was
really.
going to ask you that, Drifty, yeah, because we got Slavia Prague on Thursday. So I don't think we'll rest players, but you guys got Real Madrid on Tuesday. It puts you a bit of a disadvantage. Do you reckon you'll rest players?
Because we've had a long layoff, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
And that is in the back of my mind, because in all seriousness, right now, Arsenal are only a problem for banter reasons. You get to laugh at us if you beat us. Like, it's about banter in this game, in my opinion. Tuesday is the real game for us. The Premier League, Tuesday's the big one. We have to beat Real Madrid. We have to. And I don't think anyone at Liverpool doesn't already have their eye on Real Madrid. And it does worry me a little bit that we might take this game for granted with our eye on Real Madrid. So I'm going to go for a draw. I don't know how you lot stop Jota, and I don't know how you lot stop Salah. So even though our defense might be a bit shaky, we may let in a goal here or there. Your defense ain't good either, and there's no way you lot are handling Jota.
Better than yours. It's better defense than yours.
Yeah, it's better than ours because we've got no one in our defense that really plays there. But that's neither here nor there. And listen, the way you lot are talking, and you lot are at home, yeah, and the way you lot are talking, I'm expecting you lot to move to us like 5-0. You know,
you guys are
the way you lot are talking, I'm expecting you lot to move to us like 5-0.
Hold that. Go and buy. Go use that. Go buy a defender or something. Look, hold that.
Hey, transfer me that, Rob. I'll send you my bank details. Transfer me that.
I got transferred this to FSG. Yeah, I mean, we get too much whining, man. Come on.
I'm not whining. Where's the whining?
You
know what? If we beat you, after all
Pippa, I've got to read this out for the audio. For the listeners on audio.
I see it's funny. It's funny. I'll let you.
My missus has more end product in her hair than Pepe. Love this format, by the way. Again, I just read out for the purposes of our audio audience. That's not from me.
Yeah. With a person who call himself Eastwood Henderson, you don't have a missus. You don't have a missus. Your name Eastwood Henderson. You don't have a missus. So stop telling lies. Boy, you have missus. Which part? What the missus there? Eh?
You can't tell me.
Yardy's come
you
out
can't
today,
tell me he's
bro.
not coming there just to cause trouble tonight.
That was like,
Bro, he's trying to ruffle bare feathers.
He's coming there just to cause trouble. He's terrible. Matt, what are you saying?
Yardie just straight through the cat in the pigeon pen, you know. Man just coming with the cat and just dashed it in the pigeon pen. The pure madness is gone ever since.
Bare feathers everywhere, innit?
Yeah.
Look at him. He's so unbothered. Look at him. He's just there, unbothered.
Go on, Matt.
No, do you know what it is? Listen, if I'm being deadly real, this is going to be a closer game because I think when you come off international break, as everyone's already said, yeah, you don't know how your team's going to be. Because there could be those last minute injuries potentially when people come back, whether they're fit enough, you don't know. But one thing I will say is this: Diogo Jota has been on smoke since he's been on international duty, and he looks like he's finding form again. So I think he's going to be for me, the main thorn comes Saturday. I think for Arsenal, though, I think Saka, we've got to keep an eye on Saka because I do feel like, for me, he's their most creative player. And I kind of feel like when Saka has a good game, in my opinion, normally Arsenal have a good game. And I kind of feel like if he's on form, it could be trouble for us. But I will say this, though. I just think, even though our defence, so much changing and whatnot with, different defenders, but it seems like we've kind of settled, in the last couple of games with Nat Phillips and Kabak. I still think we win this game because I just feel like we picked up a little bit of form again before the international break. And I'm kind of hoping more so than anything that we carry this through. And I think Jota's going to hurt them. And after all this smoke, that people have been talking today, I hope we buried this. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, I came on humble. White Yardy just came in and just started. No, not you, Pippa. Do you know what it is? You see Yardy.
No, Pippa's changed.
No. But you see Yardy. Yardy coming like Stone Cold and just started stunning everyone. I was just like, what's going on here? like, when you just turn around and man just stuns you. It's like, no, bro, we're not having this. But no, all jokes aside, it's going to be a close one. But I think we'll win it 2-1. I'm hoping 3-1, but I think we'll edge it 2-1 personally. I think 2-1. And Jota to do something. Jota.
Eastwood Henderson just responding saying, "This is Eastwood's missus, and yes, I have more end product."
You know what? Yeah, I read that. Do you know what? I read that in like Mrs. Doubtfire voice.
This is what I'm saying. Pippa's still shading. This is what I'm saying.
I tried to give her a blind. I tried to. I tried to, That's what I'm saying. I tried.
I pick up Eastwood's misses.
Indeed. I'm going for a 2-2. I think both defenses are poor, and both have the capabilities of causing.
Wait a minute. Why you keep saying our defense is poor? Hey, our defense is not poor. That's why you went and watching Arsenal, bro. The defense ain't poor.
Can I tell you what it is against West Ham? Because we played a line. We had two players in that.
No, he's not poor.
Callum Chambers has only just come back, and Mari was out for about 4 or 5 days.
I wasn't mentioning any individual names. I'm saying as a collective, both defenses are poor.
Drifty said the defense was poor against West Ham, but I mentioned there's two players in that back line that do not normally play in that back line.
You told us all stream. We can't make those.
Jody is. Robbie, just quickly.
We can't get it. Only one team gets injuries.
Here we go again.
Hold on. We're not going to be hypocrites now. If there's one thing I wouldn't have called Pippa, it's a hypocrite. Come on now. Hold on a minute.
I'm not saying no injuries. You said that bad.
No, but you said you were poor against West Ham because you had two players that don't usually play. All season, we've had a backline that's all over the place. So it doesn't make... I don't get it. I don't understand.
Do you know what it is?
Do you want to respond?
What I'm saying is...
No, I don't know the rules. I don't get what the rules are here.
What I'm saying is I've heard you guys say this a few times. And... I disagree with you when you say.
Sorry, slipping a finger. My bad.
Yeah, all right.
The defense here, I think Arsenal's defense. I think Arsenal's defense is not poor. I think when you've got, Kieran Tierney in there, he's good. Gabriel has been excellent this season. David Luiz has actually played well this season. I know he was shocking against you lot. But he's actually had a good season, right? He's been playing well. And then if you've got like a Cedric in there and Chambers played well in the lot. So the defense is not poor.
Make sure Louise waits till half time or the end of the game to get Salah's shirt, though.
Listen, it ain't Andrew Santos,
All right. That may I say, listen.
The only reason I said about defense is for the whole season, I think Liverpool's and Arsenal defenses have both been poor this season. I don't think that's an unfair statement. Like, we've been poor, but you guys have conceded more goals than we have this season. So we've both been poor. Neither of us can say we've been good defensively this season.
We have not. Our defense has been better than your defense this season.
No.
I feel.
Do you know,
Not
Robbie?
by goals conceded,
But even if it has been, when you've got 20 different combinations, it is what it is. But what's so mad is when you put it into context, Robbie, is that where are you in the league and where are we in the league? And we've had to change our back line about 50 million times. And that's just actually, that's not even shade. That's just me being real.
Yeah, but you're starting from your starting point this season is champions. Yeah,
I hear you. I hear that.
Right, so to make them, as Yardy said earlier, we're a team in transition. New manager, trying to get rid of players. That your starting point is champions. And
so what was that again, Rob? What was our starting point? Sorry,
champions. And you've made a shocking defense of that champion, brethren. You lot have gone from.
Shall I tell you what's shocking?
Don't bite the bait, guys.
Do you know what? Robbie knows I've got bare respect for him. Robbie knows that. I've got bare love for Robbie. But I'm gonna say this, Robbie. I'm gonna say this. We've played Reece Williams at centre back. You played Gabriel at centre back. Robbie, where are you in the league right now? We've put kids in our defence, bro.
But you started. Did you not hear what I said? You from the starting point of being champions. You were the champions. You won the league.
Robbie,
not only that, you won the league last year. You won the league last year easily, and you've gone from that to
you said you won it by default.
But Robbie, here's the joke: when we start though at this season, everyone it's a new season, Rob. You keep talking about last season. This season we started from.
You started off the season as like Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury. You end up as me. You know what I mean?
I've seen you on the heavy bag, Robbie. You can handle yourself.
You ended up as me. You started off as Tyson Fury and
Robbie trying to play it down lightly. Come on.
No, I'm saying so. It's been a very poor defense of your title.
No, we know we've been poor. Listen. Every Liverpool fan will tell you, yeah. I know I'm not going to talk about too much, but injuries, loss of form, loss of confidence, everything's just gone wrong for us. Everything this season. So we understand that as a fan base, but I just think when you put it into perspective, though, we've had one of the hardest seasons that we've ever come across in years. And, even when people look at things like, the injuries or whatever, apparently this is the worst injury crisis the Premier League has ever seen by one individual team. And that says a lot. And that's not, and all jokes aside, that's not talking about, obviously Jurgen Klopp losing, obviously his mother and even Alisson as well, losing his father. So there's been many of things I think that's happened to Liverpool this season where you can look at it and go, yeah, this season is kind of a write-off for them. So that's how I look at it anyway.
I'm expecting to get moved to, though. I'm not going to lie. I feel like I'll pinch the wrong girl's bum and her boyfriend's going to smack me up now. Like that's how I feel. You know what I mean? So we'll see what happens. It'd
be a good game. And like you said, it's hard to, because of the international break, it's hard to kind of gauge what shape everyone's going to be in. Because I was saying it this morning. We were doing a preview. The thing is, the international break hasn't been your usual couple friendlies. It's been like serious games for World Cups and things like that. So it's going to be what sort of shape the players come back in. But should be good, man. It'd be good.
I'm looking forward to it.
I'm also glad to see that Arsenal saw what Liverpool were dripping this season, and you thought you'd go with the black and red as well. I like that. That's the best way to show respect.
Don't get them started with their kits and all that, bro. They're gonna cling on to that. They're gonna cling on to that.
Right now, you're gonna play checkers with it. Yeah, that's a chessboard. Yeah,
and this is a beautiful kit, bro.
Don't start them off.
The only thing we got left now is the good kits. That's why we bring out. That's why they bring out one nearly every week.
Ask them to show you the blue one where Liverpool bring out, the blue water looking one. But I don't know what they were thinking with that.
No, that's horrible. That's horrible.
I'm not gonna lie. I agree.
We don't speak about that kit.
We don't talk about that kit. We don't talk about that kit.
I'm hoping we're wearing this kit. That's why I'm wearing it now, because I'm hoping we're gonna wear this. That blue one.
You might wear that blue one. You might wear that blue on Saturday.
I hope not.
He needs the ocean shirt. Salah needs the ocean shirt, man.
Oh, there it is again.
Hypocrite
in the building.
Next time. Just wait. Next time.
In the building.
I ain't letting her off next time, I swear
that's the new name.
It's all love, man.
Sly Ross says, Robbie, would you leave Emirates for Highbury and then just put Library at the end?
Listen, Highbury, we won titles at Highbury, and we haven't won a title at the Emirates. So I miss Highbury for that. But listen, life goes on, man. We've moved to the Emirates. We need to bring silverware. And when I say silverware, I mean we need to bring a league title to the Emirates. And that's what I'm hoping that the team's building towards. Like you said earlier about owners, we got American owners as well who are very tight, don't want to spend the money despite being billionaires. But I think if they back this manager, I see some good signs in Mikel Arteta. So I want to see what they do in the summer, because we can see when you get better quality players in at Arsenal, you see the difference that Odegaard's made just in his, in his time in which he's come in. So, but it's those sort of players cost money. So, I want to see us buying them type of players, not just getting them in on loan.
Very true. Very true. Look, we've had you for loads of time this evening, so we're very grateful. Got to say a massive shout out to all of you.
Been good to talk about football, man.
Definitely. Obviously, White Yardie, you got your Chalk and Cheese podcast, as well as AFTV and your comedy circuit stuff. Keep up the great work. Keep inspiring. Pippa, obviously, you got BT Sport, AFTV. Again, keep on breaking them. I'm trying to be nice.
That one's coming with us.
See what we've done? Who is it now, though? We haven't done that. MB. Ruin me now.
Robbie, loving obviously your individual channel and AFTV. You guys are pioneers, so keep up the great work there as well. Matt Drift, anything you want to say before we take the people out?
No, obviously, just bless up all you. Obviously, you lot know we love you over here. Bless up for coming, especially Yardy as well. I know you had your podcast and you deliberately left yours early to come on, so big up for that, bro. And yeah, obviously with everything that's been going on as well, appreciate you, man, coming on. So even though you lot have been busting bare shots and that, you know what I mean? It's all love. It's all love. Family's quiet, innit? So at the end of the day, it's all love, man. Big up, man. Big up.
Definitely. Yeah, enough love for you guys for coming on, man. But you see, Saturday, listen, Saturday, yeah. Remember that.
All I have to say, this is our energy for Saturday, yeah.
You out here talking about a clique. The only clique you need to know about is the Harlem Heat and Sister
Wait, just unmute your mic.
Because what you dealing with here is the brotherhood. It's non-stop from this point on in WCW. We take what we want, and after we take Lex Luger and the Giant, we want the gold sucker. Hulk Hogan, we coming for you.
I should point out for the record, Stevie Ray, look at this. Take a look. We're talking.
That's the energy. That's the energy we're bringing on Saturday. maybe you heard it here first, but no, massive love to you guys and always going to support what you guys do. And thanks for the support that you give us as well. And then, yeah, best of luck. Well, no, I'm not going to say that. Let's hope Liverpool win on Saturday. And and if we do, you're going to hear from us. I'm not going to lie. Definitely going to hear from us. I know, massive big up, enough love. Guys, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel. And until next time, stay safe, stay blessed. We're Kopish and we're out, people. Take care.
Peace.
Big up and stop crying.